Hey there, popping on just a few minutes early so that I can just remind you all that blocks are super helpful in yoga because they can help you to more easily access certain poses and postures. We're going to begin beginner yoga in just a few moments. So I'm going to give you a moment to go and grab your blocks. And when you're ready, we can just go ahead and come to a nice seated posture. So find your blocks, find your seat. A nice seated posture on top of a block can help you to come into more of a neutral spinal alignment. Once you find your block and you get your seat, go ahead and start to lift up through the crown. Draw your shoulders back and down. Try not to arch your back here, but nice, lifted, long spine here. And as we begin to start our breathing, you can close your eyes or you can just give a nice soft gaze toward the floor. So whatever works for you. And then maybe stacking the hands. Stacking the hands and then bringing the tips of the thumbs together is a meditation mudra. And we'll start here with eyes closed, breathing in and out through the nose. And I invite you here to just begin to notice the quality of your breath. And in noticing the quality of the breath, starting to notice whether or not the breath gets stuck at the top of your inhale or at the bottom of your exhale. And I don't want you to change the breath here. I just want you to notice what's happening. From here, we're going to move right into Ujjayi Breathing. So this is a 3-part breath. On your next inhale, you're going to start to fill your belly. Allow your rib cage to expand and notice the chest rise. As you exhale, your chest will lower. You'll start to hug the ribs in and gently draw the navel toward the spine. Keep going here, filling up on your inhales, drawing the navel in on exhales. And moving into that Ujjayi breathing, you'll start to create a slight constriction at the back of the throat by gently pressing the tongue to the roof of your mouth. So as you're breathing in and out, filling the lungs and emptying the lungs, you'll start to make a sound that maybe only you should hear. And it should sound similar to the wind or the waves. Shoulder, exhaling to center and inhaling toward the other side. We'll just go through this movement a few times. You can do that as quickly or as slowly as you like, whatever feels good to you. Making your way back to center. Inhale the head up, and we're just going to prepare the wrists. Preparing the wrists, you're going to bring your hands together, forearms together, lift the elbows and interlace your fingers. Here we're just going to start to make some circles. Full circles all the way around. We're just moving in one direction here. Breathe. And switch directions. Inhale as you press through the palms and start to round the spine just a bit, maybe dropping your chin to chest. Exhale, release. Re-interlace the fingers behind you and start to press down through the tops of the hands. So here you can start to lift up through the heart, maybe look up, or just keep your gaze forward, whatever feels good to you. Exhale, release. From here, bringing hands to knees. We're just going to make some movements, some spinal movements here. So a little seated cat-cow. So you can do this as well in a tabletop position, but we're going to do it here in seated. So on your next inhale, lift up through the heart. You're arching the back slightly, looking up or just forward. Exhale, tuck your chin to chest, round spine, tuck your tailbone. A few times, inhaling, arching the back, lifting up through the heart, looking up. Exhale, round. Inhale. Lift up through the heart. Exhale, round. Chin to chest. Inhale back to center. Draw the shoulders back and down, and maybe just give a few shoulder rolls here if it feels good to you. And forward. And let's make our way off of the block. So just set your block over to the side because we are going to use it. Extend your legs out in front of you. And after sitting for a long time, this is always what I like to do because it helps to loosen everything up. So we're just leaning back into the hands, shaking out the leg bone from the hip socket. Keep the heart lifted, but you can keep your gaze wherever it feels good to you. Forward, look up, whatever feels good. Shake it out. And then point and flex the feet. Scooting the leg bone back into the hip socket, we'll make our way into staff posture. Flex through your heels. Bring your hands down next to your hips. Sit up nice and tall, lift up through your crown, and we'll make some circles with some ankle circles. So inhaling as you draw the toes toward the body, exhaling as you point the toes. And you can do this as quickly or as slowly as you like. So whatever feels good to you here. If you want to move quickly, and then switching directions. One more time, lean back into the hands, shake it out. Point and flex. Swing the feet around. Make your way into tabletop. And we'll do some cat-cow and tabletop as well. So looking towards the top of your mat, knees are under the hips, wrists are under the shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, start to lift up through the heart and look forward. Exhale, tuck your chin to chest, round the spine. We'll do this 3 times. Inhaling, lifting up through the heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift up through the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale back to neutral spine alignment. And then a few times from tabletop to child. Inhale here. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, tabletop. So arms are going to stay extended here, okay? Exhale, child. One more time. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale to child. From here, we're going to start to reach for the top of the mat. Exhale and allow your ears to come into alignment with the arms. Best you can here, okay? Take a breath. Inhale, look between the hands and start to walk your hands over to the left. Exhale, ears in line with arms. Breathe. We're opening up the side body here. Inhale, look between the hands. Walk back to center and then over towards the right side. Exhale, ears in line with arms. Breathe. Inhale, look between the hands. Walk back to center. Exhale, ears in line with arms. On your next inhale, make your way back up into tabletop. And actually, since you had your arms extended and you were reaching for the top of your mat, when you come back up, you're going to make your way into a modified plank. So looking towards the top of the mat, inhale, exhale, draw your navel in. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, draw in the navel. This time, we're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to lift and press the hips back and make our way into downward facing dog. So you're pressing down through the finger pads. And from here, you can start to walk it out. You're really starting to press down through the heels. Pressing your sits bones back towards the back wall. And just breathe. One more breath here. Continue to walk it out, opening up the hamstrings. Breathing. Inhale, look between the hands, and we're going to step the right foot up between the hands. You're going to drop your back knee, shin, and top of the foot. And here's where the blocks come in handy. If your palms don't come all the way down to the floor without wrap, see how my spine is rounding here? You want a nice, long, neutral spine. So bring your blocks to your mat, and you can place your hands here, start to look forward, and we're starting to press that left hip forward. So breathing here, we'll take maybe 3 breaths here. Breathe. Keep the heart lifted. Keep the gaze forward, one more breath. And then from here, we're just gonna start to press the hips back and then come back into that modified lunge or that low lunge. And we'll do this 3 times. So press the hips back. Inhale back to your lunge. One more time. Exhale back. Inhale, lunge. All right, so from here, we're gonna scoot the blocks back out of the way. We're gonna tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, and we're gonna step the right foot back to meet the left, making our way back into downward facing dog. Breathe. Maybe bending the knees in and out. Inhale, look between the hands, and we're going to step the left foot up in between the hands this time. Drop your right knee, shin, and top of the foot. Bring your blocks to the outside of the feet here. So we're bringing blocks under the hands, and we're going to start to lift up through the heart, look forward, breathe here. From here, on your next exhale, press your hips back. Inhale back to that low lunge. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, press the hips back. Inhale one more time into that low lunge, keeping the heart lifted, keeping the gaze forward. Take one more breath here. We're going to scoot the blocks back out of the way. Bring your hands back to your mat. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee and step the left foot back this time to meet the right. Back into your downward dog for 3 breaths. Gaze is toward the knees. Pressing down through the heels. If your heels do not reach your mat, that's okay. Keep breathing. Inhale, look between the hands, and you're just going to start to walk your way to the top of your mat, finding yourself in a nice forward fold. So in forward fold, we're here. Blocks are out of the way. We don't need those right now. Head is nice and heavy and hanging. A bend in the knees is okay. You're looking to bring your belly to your thighs. Maybe here grabbing the elbows and starting to sway a little back and forth. And then placing your hands back to the mat. If you want to use your blocks here, you can. And just start to bend the knees in and out. Exhaling as you bend the knees, inhaling as you straighten them. One more time. Make your way back into that fold. And on your next inhale, you're going to allow your arms to be nice and heavy. Head stays heavy, and we're going to start to roll ourselves back up 1 vertebrae at a time. Your head will come up last. So take your time here. So you can feel the vertebrae start to stack on top of each other. Let me adjust my camera here. All right, so from here, we made our way into a nice standing posture from here. You want your feet to be hip distance apart. That's your hip bones down through your knees and ankles. So we're here in equal standing posture is what we call it. You're going to spread your toes nice and wide for some energy flow through the feet. Bring your hands to your hips for just a moment and draw your shoulders back and down. Keep your gaze forward, lift up through the crown and tuck your chin slightly. And from here, we're just going to start to move around on the soles of the feet. So just finding all four corners of the feet, moving in both directions. Slight bend in the knee here can be helpful. That starts to help you bring the spine more into a neutral alignment. From here, bring your hands to heart center. Lift up through your crown. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, chest, rib cage. Draw the navel in. One more time, inhale. Exhale, drawing the navel in. On your next exhale, release the hands down by your sides. Your palms are facing forward. On your next inhale, reaching arms overhead. Try not to arch your back here. Let's just keep it nice and straight, arms in line with your ears. Inhale here. Exhale, and we're just going to start to fold forward. So if it doesn't feel good to you to come all the way down into a fold, you can bring your blocks here out in front of you, and we'll come to more of like a half lift. So inhale here, look forward just a bit. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale. Exhale, drawing the navel in. On your next exhale, move the blocks out of your way, make your way into your forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Halfway, you're going to want your hands just under the knees. Look forward. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Third time's a charm. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, you're up halfway. You're going to step the right foot to the back of your mat. You're going to make your way back into that modified lunge. You can use the blocks here if you like. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. Breathe. One more breath. We're going to inhale to plank posture. So you can stay here in this nice full plank, or you can drop the knees and make your way into a modified plank. From here, on your next exhale, you're going to keep your elbows tucked in tight. Exhale and slowly make your way down onto the belly. Hands come just under the shoulders here, or just behind the shoulders. Put your forehead on your mat. Keep your elbows tucked in nice and tight. Inhale. Exhale, draw your navel in. On your next inhale, gently press into your hands. Lift your head, lift your heart. Breathe, keep your gaze towards your mat. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, draw the navel in. Press gently into the hands. Lift the hips. Press the hips back. Child's pose. Breathe. Inhale, look between the hands and reach for the top of your mat. Exhale, ears in line with arms. On your next inhale, make your way back into that modified plank. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees. Press your hips back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, look between the hands and start to walk your way to the top of your mat, making your way into forward fold. On your next inhale, roll yourself back up, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last. Draw the shoulders back and down. Bring your hands by your sides, palms facing forward. Inhale, lift up through the crown, keep a slight bend in the knees. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, we're going to step the left foot back to the back of the mat. Drop your knee, shin, and top of the foot. You can use your blocks here if it's helpful. Inhale. Exhale. Each exhale, you should feel like that hip, whichever hip it is on either side, is starting to come forward just a little more. And you want your hips square. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale to plank. Drop the knees. Untuck the toes. Modified plank. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Forehead comes to your mat. Inhale, gently press into the hands. Lift the heart. Lift the head. Keep your gaze towards your mat. Breathe. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, gently press into the hands. Lift the hips. Press the hips back. Child's pose. Inhale, reach for the top of your mat as you look forward. Exhale, ears in line with arms. Inhale, modified plank. Tuck the toes under. On your next inhale, lift the knees. Press the hips back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Step the right foot in between the hands. Grab your blocks. Drop the back knee, shin, and top of the foot. All right, so we're gonna bring it up a little higher here. So you can stay here if this feels good and you feel like you can't, feel like maybe it's not accessible to you to move into this any deeper. Or you can come here, come all the way up, lift up through the heart. Keep your gaze forward. This is pretty deep work here. So you're pressing that left hip forward. You want your hips to stay nice and square. Sometimes I come out of the pose and then get right back into it. Just to check my alignment. Check your knee. Knee and ankle should be in line with each other. Interlace your fingers on the top of that right thigh. Lift up through your heart and take a breath. One more breath. Exhale, frame the foot. Inhale. Exhale, press the hips back. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, lunge. Scoot your blocks out of the way. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, look between the hands. Step the left foot between the hands. Drop the right knee, shin, and foot. Grab your blocks if you need them. Check your alignment. Knee and ankle should be in line. And whatever feels good to you. So if you get here and you feel like you just want to rock it back and forth a few times, hey, it's your practice. It's your body. So from here, you want to scoot the blocks out of the way and make your way all the way up, interlacing fingers on that left thigh. You can actually come here, come all the way up, or you can start to press that hip forward. If you're here, perfectly okay. Honor where you are at. Continue to breathe. One more breath. Exhale, frame the foot. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Step or walk your way to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Inhale, roll yourself back up one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. Draw the shoulders back and down. Even give a few shoulder rolls here if it feels good to you. I'm just going to show you a few more things. We're going to move the blocks out of the way. You're going to come to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. From here, your feet are hip distance. You're drawing your shoulders back and down. You're lifting up through the crown. You're going to step, make a nice wide step with the left foot or right foot, wherever you're at. Inhale. Exhale, nice wide step. So from here, you want your heels out slightly and your toes in just a bit. Keep your hands at your hips for just a moment. Slight bend in the knee is okay. Lifting up through the crown. Keep your chin tucked. We're going to bring arms in line with the shoulders. Inhale, we're here in a nice 5-pointed star. So you can start to press through the heel of the hand if you'd like, or you just can keep pointing the fingertips, whatever feels good. We're going to make our way into Warrior Two from here. So let's start on the right side. We're gonna turn the right toes out. All right, so we're here, arms are out in line with the shoulders. We've turned the right toes out to the top of our mat. Our heels should be in line here. Taking a look over the right shoulder and over the right fingertips, we're going to start to bend into that right knee. So we're here in a nice, beautiful, strong warrior two. Breathe. Inhale, come back up. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your right toes in slightly. We're going to take just a small breath here. So recenter yourself. Inhale. Exhale, draw your navel in. Inhale, arms in line with the shoulders. We're back in our 5-pointed star. Turning left toes out this time. Left toes are towards the back of your mat. Heels are in line with each other. So just check that first. Inhale. Exhale and deeply bend into that left knee. Nice, strong warrior two. Looking over the left fingertips. Shoulder blades are down and back. Breathing, one more breath. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale as you straighten that knee, turn the toes back in. Here we are back in our wide-legged posture. Take a breath here. From here, we're going to step the left foot back to meet the right. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a nice grounding breath here. Inhale. Exhale and root your feet deeply on your next inhale. Feeling that nice grounding energy come up through the feet and fill the body. Exhale, draw your navel in. Find a point of focus in the room. Keep your gaze on this object or place on the wall. We're going to make our way into tree posture. So, sometimes it's a little more difficult to come into what some may call the easiest of tree postures, and that's not always the case. So we're just going to start to bend the knees in and out just a bit. Find your point of focus in the room. Keep your gaze there. We're just going to start at the ankle. So when you're ready and you're feeling nice and grounded, you're going to place most of the weight into the sole of the right foot. From here, you're going to bring your left heel to your right ankle. So you can stay right here. Sometimes this is the most difficult of tree postures. If you feel like you can take it a little further, maybe bring your arms out. Keep your focus, keep your gaze on your point of focus. From here, if you're feeling nice and grounded and you're feeling nice and stable, maybe bring the sole of that left foot to the right calf muscle. Never on the knee. Breathe. A slight bend in that right knee can be very helpful. Exhale and release. Shake out the hands. I like to maybe tuck the right toes under just a bit, just to release any tension in the foot. So from here, we're going to make our way into left side of the body. So grounding down through all four corners of the feet, drawing the shoulders back and down, lifting up through the crown. Focus, find your point of focus, find your focal point. Bring your hands to heart center. Nice long exhale here. From here, placing most of the weight into that left foot, we're going to bring the right heel to the left ankle. Breathe. Maybe extending your branches. Maybe bringing sole of the right foot to the left calf. One more breath. Keep your focus, keep your balance. You've got this. Exhale, release. Bring your hands back to heart center. Open your feet to a little more than hip distance apart. You can use your block for this. So toes pointing out. Inhale here at center. Exhale, make your way down into a squat, or what we call Malasana. So from here, if you want to use your block under your seat and have a seat on your block, you can come into your squatting posture here. We're just going to take a moment, lift up through the crown, lift up through the heart. One more breath here. Exhale, draw the navel in. From here, let's make our way back into a nice seated posture. You can bring your hands to heart center. Start to lift up through your crown. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. One more time. Inhale, filling all the way up. Exhale through the mouth. Releasing any tension that still remains in the body. Making your way back into a normal breathing pattern from here. Thank you all so much for sharing this beginner yoga practice with me this morning or this afternoon. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and blessings to you all. Namaste.